Hi, welcome. I'm Priscilla Batzell. This is Expressionist Fluid Art Studio Gallery's demonstrations and tutorials. Let's have some fun. This is a Meeden pre-primed black 10 by 20 inch canvas, and I have a very strange idea about adding paint. Instead of into a pan, I'm going to swipe over little puddles that I make. I'm going to use some colors that will help the Rhapsody Rose will show better over the white. This is DecoArt 24 karat gold. And that is iridescent pearl. And I've picked out a whole bunch of colors, but I don't know exactly how this is going to work. I'm going to use some periwinkle. And I'm just going to keep picking colors until I'm satisfied. This is iridescent silver from DecoArt. And I'm going to throw a little bit of Whispering Wisteria in on top of that periwinkle because I can. And then throw some more over here. And it just plugged up. Come on. It's got a Floetrol tag along. Just gotta go. They don't dry well. Okay, so we're going for Tickled Pink. It's right before Valentine's Day, so I've got reds and pinks in my mind. I don't know what's going to happen. My original intention was to swipe, but I don't promise that that's going to be the way it works out. That was Tickled Pink, I think I said, and this is Frosted Berry. Looks a lot like it needs to be cleaned out at the tip. I've got some orange crush left over from the bottle that I drained, and I'm probably going to use that, but I want to get a little bit more of this out. I could use it instead of the white as a enhancement for the Rhapsody Rose, which is what I'm using now. I'm just going to keep making random patterns until I feel I've had enough fun. This is Miami Magenta. I'm not 100% sure on this, but I know it won't hurt anything if I use some now. It's not that far off of the Tickled Pink. I might mix a little black in there. I was thinking about white cell activator. And I've got cerulean blue, which I hope comes out because I think it'd be fabulous. And I haven't used any of that orange yet, and I have every intention of doing so. As best I can. Try not to drop the little marble I put in there. Probably used more than I should have, but it's getting a little gloppy. It's been around for a while. I'm going to throw the cover back on that and do the same thing with my deep amethyst. I'm being called to green, Fandango in fact, Although I see that there's more things forming in my, yeah, they've got to go. Looks like the inside of the bottle attached itself into what I was draining, leaving lots of skins. Maybe I'll just use that. And I'm going to drag out my Fandango, I think, and or yellow. Being called to both of them. I've got pink diamond left. I'm going to use that first. As soon as it decides to show up. Alright, I'm getting the call to yellow. I wonder if it's open. I also see the pink carnation over here, and I really want to use it. I found the yellow I was looking for, not this. Please be open, please be open. Oh, it's open. Yay. It's yellow-orange. It's not that far off from other things. Still thinking about the green. And I've got some golden iridescent. It's not open. Son of a gun. I got it open. Well, I'll go with that for now. Grab that Fandango. Make sure to put it someplace it'll be appreciated, which for me is usually the cerulean blue. It's not coming out easily. It's another one that needs... I haven't been painting as often because I've had a lot of camera issues. I might want another green, or just more of this in general. That's pretty cool. I still want yellow, and I have some actual yellow, so I'm going to grab that. Actual yellow being yellow, mellow yellow with hollyberry. Yeah, I'm not unhappy about that at all. I did just dip my ring right in the painting. I'm hoping my head isn't blocking everything, which will happen occasionally. Yeah. Pink diamond. Exactly. Alright, I talked about the pink carnation, and I think I can still have some of that. But I do remember it has some fluid built up on the top, so it needs a brief shake. I'm contemplating using Atelier Cobalt Turquoise. And leaving some marks behind. So I've come to the conclusion that I'm going to allow myself to swipe. Make sure that everything's out of the way if I want to swivel my turntable. Can't remember if I shook this or not. And I've got white, and I've got dancing fuchsia, and I might use all three. Maybe first even. You know what, I really wanted some black in there. So now there's black in there. Time to make some more white cell activator. Here goes nothing. Well, that's pretty sharp. So far, so good. I do have a scrape dish, and I think I'm going to make sure I use it. Although I have these beautiful colors, I guess I'm going to scrape them off on the painting. And I love the combination, and I'm so glad I put the black in. This is just a set of spatulas, kitchen spatulas that are stainless steel. I can't remember anything about them, so I'm sorry about that. I like how the white looks. It's very dramatic. And I do use GAC 800 by Golden in all of my paint mixtures, so that means there's a pretty good chance that the heavy paint will last. Although right now, I want to use one of my little acetate tools. Right after I put a little more black in here. And I've got this triple threat all ready to go. And I could probably get rid of the rest of that right here. Question is, do I have enough left? Alright, where am I going to put that? I'm going to grab one of my little rubber brushes. I might even try and blow that out, since I know the majority of it is cell activator. I've got nothing to lose by trying. I've also got this idea of using my rubber brushes to accent things. That got a lot of cells actually, but they're teeny tiny. I think I'm probably going to be using some of the painting for dotting. I like using the black. I kind of want to use some of the black just in this area that's not really celly. I've got too many tools at play. Give it one more try. Alright, I'm getting closer. What do I like the best? I really like the white the best, but I don't see the other two colors, but I know they're in there. Maybe I should have started in the same exact position. Come on out, you. Really, truly time to mix some more. Sometimes I think more cell activator is a good solution to getting the cells you want, and then other times I'm not so sure. I want to leave some of the marks behind. I might even do something strange, like continue to add paint colors because I have them. That's pretty wild. I like it. I don't know how much time I've got left. Probably not as much as I wish I had. I never use the rubber brushes for swiping because I always feel like they're going to be too heavy, and that seems to be correct. I don't know if that was a good mark, that last one. I didn't do any dotting yet, but I still could. Not as interested in it as I once was. I want to put that spatula, palette knife, or whatever you want to call it, back in the bucket. Grab some purple. Add a few spirals. Not just my signature. Lots of people like spirals. I got some awesome cells. Not sure how far I want to go with this. It doesn't really need a lot because I really like it the way it is. But I do want to steal some paint, especially the orange. In spite of the fact that I'm leaving marks behind, which is also okay. Well, I thought I was going to do a lot more. I really did. But this is it. Hopefully that's not my head. Of course it is. This is a nail art tool. It's one of my favorites. It's got a sharp tip. I know the purple's going to dry dark, but I really like this just the way it is. I think it's gorgeous. Even with the little silver, the nubby on the gold, and well, the yellow and the silver is fine. I'm going to torch real quick, make sure there's no bubbles. Cross your fingers because the paint is pretty heavy. So this thing that's hanging out up here is kind of bugging me. I can't obviously steal some paint without damaging the painting, so I do have some orange over here I can just steal. Hopefully that's not too bad. Yes, I left a little orange stain. Where the paint is heavy, I can still get away with stealing a few colors, but it's not a good idea after you torch. That was my bad. I like the little black. Hi, this is Priscilla. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And if you'd like to be super helpful, please join the membership. My art is for sale. I'm here to help. If you have questions, feel free to ask. I have 2 books on paint pouring. They're found in the Amazon link, and the Amazon link is found on the link tree in the description underneath the video. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you come again. Bye for now. Priscilla out.